students. Today we have our topic that says Paul and civil authority. That is Paul before Felix. And the text is taken from the Acts of the Apostles chapter 24 verse 1 to 23. And the objective for this lesson is, at the end of it, you as a student should, number one, narrate the trial of Paul before Felix. Number two, list the moral lessons from the passage. And number three, state charges against Paul. So, Paul was arrested in the temple of Jerusalem by the crowd, stirred up by the Jews from Asia. Which says, this crowd says, that Paul was teaching the law that was against the people. Most time, they arrest Paul. They will release him as well. But this time, they arrested Paul. They took him before Governor Felix, the high priest, and the Jewish leaders for trial. And this crowd, there were these people from Asia that were stirred up by the crowd, they laid charges against Paul. And the charges were as follows. Number one, that Paul was a troublesome fellow. Secondly, that he was an agitator among the Jews. Thirdly, he was a ringleader of the sect of Nazareth. And finally, number four, he profaned the temple. He spoke against the temple. And the governor Felix asked Paul to defend himself concerning the charges laid against him. And Paul, in his defense, told them that actually he believes and worships the God of their fathers. And he observed the laws in the book of the prophets. He went further by saying that the people did not find him guilty when he brought arms and offering to his nation. But now, some Jews from Asia stirred the crowd against him. That these people should have come to say which offense he has committed that made him to arrest him and brought him before the council. Note, Governor Felix had accurate knowledge about what? Christianity, because he married to a Jewish woman called Drusilla. Therefore, Felix, the governor, dismissed the accusers, saying he will decide the case. But Felix has another motive for discharging the accusers. We see that as we move on. Governor Felix instructed his soldiers to keep Paul in custody with a little measure of freedom, so as to see his people when they come for visit. After some days, Felix sent for Paul to listen to him with his wife. On hearing, he thought that Paul would offer him bribe in order to release him. But later, he found out that, or he noticed that Paul was not the type that gives bribe. And so, he left him still in prison until his tenure ended and Festus took over. The leadership of the government at that time is like the leadership of our days. That after a particular governor, after the tenure elapsed, another one will take over. So after the end of Governor Felix, at the time that Paul was in prison, Festus took over. The moral lesson. Number one, it is wrong to give or take bribe. Very, very wrong to give or take bribe, because the Bible is against it. Paul, a child of God, a servant of God, knew the implication of giving or taking bribe. That's why he refused to give Felix bribe, even when he called for his hearing. Instead of him to give Felix bribe, he decided to be or to stay in prison till the time that God will release him. Number two, every Christian must be bold to defend and preach what he or she believes. Yes. You as a child of God, you as a Christian must defend and preach what you believe. Even as Paul defended his Christianity, even when he was summoned before the council, before the high priest, before Governor Felix, even when the people laid charges and accusations against him, he stood up to defend his religion. He stood up to defend his Christianity. He told them that yes, he worshipped the God of our fathers and observed everything in the law of the Lord. Number three moral lesson: Christians must not join people to accuse the innocent person. As in the case of Paul, that the Jews from Asia came to Jerusalem and steered the mind of people to arrest Paul for nothing. He did not do anything, but they seized him as what? An agitator, which was what? False. They seized him as what? As a leader of the sect of Nazareth, people that believe in God, people that worship God, people that are consecrated. And they seized him as well, somebody that profaned the temple, because he preached the word of God. He preached to them the truth about God. Then, the evaluation of today's lesson is what? Mention the moral lessons in this topic. As I have listed, that number one moral lesson is what? It is wrong to give or to take bribe. Number two, Christians must be bold to defend and to preach what he or she believes. As you believe in Jesus Christ, you should preach without looking back. Number three, Christians must not join people to accuse the innocent person. No matter the situation, don't ever accuse anybody. Don't ever join any man, any woman, any girl or boy in your yard, in your community to accuse any man. For it's a sin before God and before man. Then, number two evaluation is, why did Felix dismiss the accuser? Felix dismissed the accuser, even as we said, that he dismissed the accuser, saying that well, he will decide the case. Yes, the reason why he dismissed the accusers was that he wanted Paul to give him bribe even when he detained him. Because if Paul should give him bribe, it will be an edge or avenue for him to release Paul without the knowledge of the accuser or the high priest. The assignment for this topic is what? Narrate the story of Paul before Felix. Narrate the story of Paul before Felix. We have listed Paul before Felix, how Paul was arrested, the allegation laid against him, how he was summoned to defend himself, and how Governor Felix placed him in prison, intending to release him because he has a negative motive for that. Please, you write and you do this assignment and send it through the WhatsApp page. I encourage you to stay strong in the Lord throughout this period of COVID-19. Remember, with God, all things are possible. Remember that even as Paul refused to give bribe to Felix to release him, he chose to stay in prison till God intervened in his case. So will God intervene in our case, even as we are locked down in this COVID-19 pandemic. God will release us and we'll be back to school and we'll see again. Even as you are listening to this lesson, stay put, stay safe. Don't forget to put on your face masks, to wash your hands with clean and running water, and to protect yourself. Always pray. And don't forget that God is the owner of everything. Thank you, and God bless.